The secrets of presence in Dhikr and the unveiling of the heart. Assalamu alaikum, Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. The transformative power of Dhikr lies not merely in its repetition, but in the presence of the heart, the living connection between the tongue and the soul. The tongue utters the divine name, but the heart gazes upon his light. While the one without presence is like a distracted beggar knocking without realizing whose door he stands before. The soul becomes silenced in awe, while the inner consciousness swims in the ocean of divine awareness. This is known as tajred, the stripping away of distractions, worldly attachments, and inner idols, and reverence without loudness in words in the mornings and evenings. This verse became a foundational practice for Sufi contemplative Dhikr, where the heart becomes the true locus of remembrance. Dhikr with Hudur thus becomes a spiritual ladder, as Imam al-Ghazali says, rising from verbal recitation to mental recollection. Then to intuitive recognition, until one perceives the light of Allah directly in all things. The heart must be emptied of ego, heedlessness, envy, pride, and filled with love, awe, and certainty. Only then does the Dhikr begin to reflect the divine names inwardly and awaken the secrets hidden in the soul. The Sufi path teaches that remembrance must be accompanied by full inward attention, sincerity, love, reverence, humility, and yearning. The Sufi masters have always emphasized that mere verbal articulation without the inward awareness is like a body without a soul. Sayyiduna Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, may Allah sanctify his secret, used to say, "Be with Allah as if there is no creation, and be with creation as if there is no ego." With practice, the seeker begins to taste the sweetness of Dhikr. These are not intellectual facts, but lived truths that descend from the divine presence into the heart. The seeker becomes a vessel of remembrance, a mirror of divine beauty. The tongue craves the name, the heart blossoms with love, and the soul becomes intoxicated. This sacred intoxication brings the soul to stillness and awareness. This is the essence of Hudur, the disappearance of all but him. Part 4 of this sacred exploration into the Sufi essence of Dhikr will now focus on the spiritual state of Hudur and spiritual hearing. The next inner chambers of Dhikr, may Allah make us people of presence, a people of remembrance, and lovers who live and die with the name of Allah engraved upon their hearts. The Dhikr becomes the Dhakr, remembering himself through the heart of the lover. The name Allah becomes not just a word, but a doorway. It burns away the veils of illusion and reveals the majestic reality, how it becomes the gateway to unveiling, witnessing, and ultimately union with the divine presence. Presence in Dhikr is not merely concentration, but a sacred orientation of the entire being toward Allah. That is, when the ego dissolves and the divine alone abides. It is not just you remembering Allah, but Allah drawing you to remember Him, as He says in the Quran, "So remember me, and I will remember you." The great master Abu Talib al-Makki, in Qut al-Kulaba, states that the one who performs Dhikr with Hudur is like someone standing in the court of the king. Hudur in Dhikr involves turning away from all that is not Allah. There is a sacred principle among the Sufis. Remembrance that leads not to presence is only imitation. True Dhikr must transport the seeker into a sacred station wherein the veils begin to lift. What follows presence is intimacy, then illumination, and finally witnessing. The Quran says, "And remember your Lord within yourself in humility." The stages of Hudur are described as follows. Presence of the tongue, the beginning stage, where one consciously utters the names of Allah, avoiding mechanical repetition. Presence of the heart, the mind and emotions become synchronized with the meaning of the Dhikr. The name enters the inner world. Presence of the soul, one begins to feel the subtle energy of the name, its vibration within the soul. Presence with Allah, the self becomes absent, and only the beloved remains. This is the stage where Sur and Sur Azar are unveiled. One of the Awliya once said, "The real Dhikr is when the remembrance remains, while the one who remembers is forgotten." The saints and Gnostics of the path lived in a constant state of Dhikr with Hudur. Presence is not a temporary mood, but a station to be lived and embodied. As the soul advances in Hudur, it receives Mereftavine knowings, secrets of the unseen. In the next part of our journey, we will explore the mysteries of silence, solitude, Stay with us as we continue this sacred journey through the oceans of Dhikr and divine love.